Sioux Falls next.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G, and in part by Honda.
Hi, my name's Gavin Weir. I'm from Team South Dakota, and my favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Hey, my name's Alpin Sonicson. I play for Team South Dakota. My favorite player is Nolan Arenado.
Hi, my name's Casey Mediger. I play for Team South Dakota, and my favorite player is Fernando Tatis Jr.
Hi, my name is Grayson Fox. I play for South Dakota. My favorite player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name is Brecken Beitler. I play for Team South Dakota, and my favorite player is Bo Bichette.
Hi, my name is Kai Carlson. I'm from Team South Dakota, and my favorite player is Ryan Sandberg.
Hi, my name is Alex McKinney. I play for Team South Dakota, and my favorite player is Miguel Sano.
Hi, my name is Hayden Gorsett. I play for South Dakota. My favorite player is Derek Jeter.
Hi, my name is Gunnar Elfson. I play for Team South Dakota, and my favorite player is David Ortiz.
Hi, my name is Bo Kerner. I play for Team South Dakota. My favorite baseball player is Bo Jackson.
Hi, my name is Noah Kenzie. I play for Team South Dakota. My favorite player is Chris Bryant.
Hi, my name's Easton Riley. I play for Team South Dakota, and my favorite player is Andrew McCutcheon.
My name's Boston Bryant. I play on Team South Dakota. My favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Hi, my name's Maddox Munson. My favorite baseball player is Shohei Ohtani.
Good job, guys. Just the fifth team from the state of South Dakota to make it to Williamsport. They'll be facing Cohen Rader. He was the winning pitcher Monday against Minnesota for Nebraska. A complete game, 3-hit shutout, and he struck out a baker's dozen, Chris, in that game.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. How about 5'10", 110? So let's hope we don't get a strong breeze. My man Rader might lose his balance. That is a tall drink of water, but he brings a big-time heater to home plate.
Good-looking athlete, that's for sure. He's going to have to field a bunt. Off the mound, a little trouble. Throw to first. In time to get a speedy Brecken Beitler, who was trying to get on with a bunt single here in the first.
Yeah, and when Rader's not pitching, he's playing shortstop, so even though he didn't field that cleanly, nice job of keeping your poise and delivering the ball on time and on target.
Well, Beitler's kind of the spark plug of this South Dakota offense, trying to get something going with some small ball early. Now his 1-2 counterpart, Boston Bryant, who's 4 for 7 in the tournament. He had a bunt single against Nebraska on Thursday. Right back to Rader. Wow, how about that? Fielding his position nicely and quickly 2 down.
Yeah, the beauty of having your shortstop on the bump, plays like that are just a walk in the park for him. A little smile there. It's a nice way to calm your nerves too, right? A couple balls put in play quickly allows you to settle down a little bit early.
Now Gavin Weir, who has done some miraculous things on the pitcher's mound, but also their best hitter. 3 for 7, couple of triples, a home run, and a team-high 4 runs batted in.
Yeah, this is a complete baseball player right here. He has been the talk of the regional on the mound, but the bat plays as well, and he has been an extra base hit machine. Also leads his team in RBIs with 4.
That's off the plate. Home plate umpire Scott Strachey today, and a great volunteer umpiring crew. The 2-1 from Cohen Rader. That's going to spin back out of play. 2-2 to Gavin Weir. This is an amazing resume for Weir, even though he's not pitching today. A no-hitter in districts, a 1-hitter at state. Perfect game here, a no-hitter here in Indiana. And he goes down looking. A 1-2-3 inning for Cohen Rader. And we'll get to see him at the plate along with the rest of his Nebraska teammates in just a second here. That is a good start for Rader.
Cohen Rader answering the bet.
Team Nebraska,
and my favorite MLB player is Ronald Acuna Jr.
My name is Braden Dyer, and I play for Team Nebraska, and my favorite player is Javier Baez.
My name is Jude Johnson. I play for Team Nebraska, and my favorite player is Anthony Rizzo.
My name is Jude McCoy, and I play for Nebraska, and my favorite player is Mike Trout.
My name is Ben Wibbles, and I play for Team Nebraska, and my favorite player is Shohei Ohtani.
My name is Caleb Reines, and I play for Nebraska. My favorite player is Francisco Lindor.
My name is Hunter Nepple. I play for Team Nebraska, and my favorite player is Salvador Perez.
Hi, my name is Peyton Drake, and I play for the Hastings, Nebraska Little League team, and my favorite baseball player is Shohei Ohtani.
Hi, my name is Owen Brown. I play for Team Nebraska, and my favorite baseball player is Salvador Perez.
My name is Owen Ablett. I play for Team Nebraska, and my favorite baseball player is Salvador Perez.
Congratulations to the kids from Hastings Little League, as that Little League's going to Williamsport for the first time in their history. This is the guy they're going to face on the mound, Maddox Munson. He's got a tough act to follow after what Gavin Weir has been doing, but he pitched pretty well 6 days ago, a 2-hit shutout against Missouri.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a tough act to follow when you just describe a 2-hit shutout as pretty well, right? He punched out 9, walked a couple, so this is their 2 and their 1-2 punch with Gavin Weir, and it's not an accident that they find themselves here undefeated in the finals because they're more than just a one-man team. Maddox Munson got a big-time arm himself.
You just saw Weir. He's going to be in center field to start this game for South Dakota as Nebraska is ready to take its first hacks. And it's Owen Ablett at the plate. 5'4", 115-pound, 12-year-old. And he's 4 for 10 with a triple and an RBI here in the regional. He's been their regular leadoff man and their best hitter. He's been on in 5 of his 11 trips to the plate.
Yeah, he's been their best hitter by miles. You're talking about a team that's 12 for 81, and he's 4 for 10. So he's got a third of their hits here in the regional, and you got to like that coming out of the leadoff spot.
Got to believe that Dustin Rader's kind of scratching his head. He's the manager down in the third base coach's box, wondering where the offense went. This is an offense that scored 46 runs in the Nebraska State tournament. And just 5 here this week. 3-1 pitch, misses upstairs. That's a good start as Ablett draws a walk to start the game.
Don't slump your shoulders too quickly there, Mr. Munson. A lot of ball game left. There's been many pitchers that have great outings after a leadoff walk. Sometimes you just got to calm those nerves, control your breathing. Don't want to get down on yourself too quickly.
Yeah, he went deep into that game on Monday against Mizzou, obviously. 82 pitches before Kason Mediger wrapped it up, so he can stretch it out for sure. This is Cohen Rader, his counterpart, and he gets hit on the side. 2 on and nobody out for Hastings.
This might draw a meeting at the mound for Mike Dorsett. I didn't like the body language after the leadoff walk, and then a ball right in the middle of the backside.
You just gave me time on ESPN right now. All right? Hey, look at me. Look at me. Relax. Have fun. Know how good you are. Okay? Know how good you are. Show the world how good you are. It doesn't look like you're throwing very hard right now. Yeah. Rear back and let that thing go, man. And if you hit the backstop, you hit the backstop. Rear back, let it go, put a smile on your face, okay? I know that you can strike the next 3 guys out, and that's what we're gonna do, okay? Go be your horse. Go be a horse, Mad Dog.
I thought that was timely right there by Mike. Horses, just get out there and pump your kid up, try to help him relax a little bit. Again, we see this at the highest levels of baseball. The first inning can oftentimes be the toughest for a starting pitcher. And so you can only imagine some of the nerves of a 12-year-old here as he's pitching on national TV in a regional final game. And Cohen Rader's still trying to get over that HBP.
Now he's walking it off. And it's imperative that He stays healthy because he's also the starting pitcher for Hastings. Looks like he's going to try and stay in here. And now keep in mind, Hastings only has 10 players on its roster. Peyton Drake is their lone substitute. In a lot of ways, it makes it easier to meet mandatory play requirements, but they don't have a lot of depth.
No, they don't. That's the risk of carrying 10. Much easier number to manage and not a whole lot of pieces to juggle, but certainly run the risk if an injury bug pops up.
Here's another good-looking athlete for Nebraska, Hunter Nepple. He whacks at the first pitch and fouls it off. 6 feet tall, 150 pounds is Nepple. He's 2 for 11 with a double in the tournament. Hit sharply to third. Gobbled up. Kinsey steps on the bag, and that is a double play.
Wow. Nepple goes up there after a first batter walk, a second batter hit by pitch. Nepple goes up there ready to swing the bat. And you talk about changing the momentum quickly. Kinsey with a fantastic job of knowing where he wants to go with the baseball before it's hit to him. Immediately gets to third and throws a strike across the diamond.
And now Munson just 1 out away from getting out of this jam here in the first inning as he deals to the Nebraska catcher Owen Brown, the son of assistant coach Brandon Brown. That one's going to get under the glove of the catcher Riley. And now on to third is Cohen Rader.
And this becomes a big at-bat right here, right? And you get first and second, nobody out. You'd like to think you figure out a way to get a run in. And it has been a struggle, Clay, for Owen Brown. 0 for 9 with 9 punch-outs to this point. A kid who they trust so much, they've left him in the 4-hole. This is one of their guys, but it has been a struggle to this point.
South Dakota has not allowed a run yet in the regional. Rader at third, the 3-1, that's a strike, it's a full count. Owen Brown flipped the bat away, and now he's got to do the jog of shame over to pick it up. Gotta be careful not to show up the umpire. The payoff, look out. And now he can go down to first.
Well, I'll tell you what, this thing came back late. Look at that. I certainly think the call was correct, but Easton Riley made it look pretty good at the end of the day, but definitely up and in. And Owen Brown keeps this inning alive.
This is Jude McCoy, 1 for 10 in the tournament. Got a hit yesterday, first time up against Davenport, Iowa, who they knocked out. Son of Dawn and Justin McCoy. Justin is an assistant coach. He's in the dugout, bench coach. That's outside, 2-1.
And this is where, if you're Jude McCoy, you can really try to zero in on one. You can see Munson's frustrated that he just hasn't been able to command the baseball. That's where you're hunting dead red.
Chris, Nebraska's seeing a lot of pitches here against Munson in this first inning.
Yeah, a small victory, even if they don't score. But if you're South Dakota fans, certainly Maddox Munson, if you can make one big pitch right here and post a zero, you got to feel pretty good about it.
And on the hands, pulled foul, full count. So
yeah, you get to 20 pitches in the first inning by the other team starter, and with the 85 pitch max, that you feel like you've done a nice job to set yourself up to get to the bullpen at some point in the ball game.
That's up and in now. A full count. That was hit hard, but another foul ball for Jude McCoy, who's the starting second baseman for Nebraska.
He certainly looks like he's got him timed up now. I mean, this is a kid that's getting the head out here on a couple of these foul balls. So be very careful here if you're Maddox Munson. You keep letting that ball creep back over the inside part of the plate. Jude McCoy looks like he's ready for it.
Pitch number 8. And this one is hit hard. High and deep. Left center. That's going to run the gap. All the way to the warning track. 1 run is in. 2 runs will score. A bases clearing double for Jude McCoy. An 8-pitch at bat.
And how many times do you see it play? As a hitter gets deeper and deeper into the count, they start to get more comfortable with recognizing the pitch and getting their timing, and this ball is smoked into the left center field gap. Jude McCoy was dialed in on those last couple pitches, finally got one a little more middle of the plate, and what a big swing of the bat as the boys from Nebraska bust out offensively with a couple in the first.
2 on the board here in the inning. They haven't scored more than 2 in any game yet, and now McCoy is going to scamper to third as Benjamin Wibbles gets a chance to hit. First runs allowed for Sioux Falls in the entire regional. Swung on and missed, 1-1. This is Ben Wibbles. 2 for 7, had the game-winning RBI in the top of the 6th yesterday against Davenport.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Jude Johnson will kind of be the guy remembered for the game-saving catch, but let's not forget that it was Ben Wibbles that put him up with a big 2-out RBI single in the top of the 6th.
Now full count as Maddox Munson is trying to get that last out and get South Dakota off the field.
This would be the 28th pitch of the first for Maddox Munson.
And another foul ball. Unusual territory here for South Dakota. They have not trailed here in the regional. They have not trailed in postseason play. And another one gets to the backstop. It's going to be 3-0. Nobody home to cover.
And this is what we're talking about. When you show your frustration, you can see here Maddox Munson just disappointed that he can't find the strike zone, so much so that he forgets that he needs to cover home plate. And Easton Riley has nobody to throw that baseball to, and you can tell there is a lot of emotion going on inside of Mr. Munson right now, and he looks like he's ready to give that ball up quickly.
Stop. Hey, you got us. Look at me. You got us here. Do you understand? Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Oh.
Listen, Maddox, I want eyes on me. You got us here, son. Be so proud of that. Today's not your day. Your day will be in Williamsport. You understand me? You will have a day in Williamsport. Yes, you will.
I can't.
Come on. Brecken.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
You are going to...
Well, the pitching change for South Dakota. It's still early in this ball game, and they have a great offense. We're back in a moment. Here's Brecken Beitler now. He is going to pitch, moving from shortstop to the mound. And he has been one of their best athletes. And now he's put in a spot where he probably didn't expect to be, pitching here in the first inning.
On the mound, number 5, Brecken Beitler. Now playing left field, 27, Boston Bryant. At shortstop, number 3, Casey Mediger. Now playing second base,
that's a good start. First pitch to Braden Dyer is a strike.
In the 9th spot in the batting order, now playing right field, Upland Sonicson.
got a feel for Maddox Munson, Chris. I mean, this is a big stage for a young 12-year-old.
Yeah, that was rough, and you could just hear some of the dialogue there that there's just some questioning internally whether he's ready for the moment, which is interesting considering how well he pitched last time. But I'll tell you who's ready for the moment. Brecken Beitler, do it, young man, with a little hop, skip, and a jump off the field.
Well, here's the field for Williamsport. It's an American-only field this year. No international competition because of the COVID pandemic. Congratulations to these teams, including Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Hastings, Nebraska, representing the Midwest. We'll find out who the champions are throughout the day, as we've got a busy morning and afternoon and evening of Little League Baseball here on ESPN.
You know what's so neat about that, Clay, is you talk about growing the game, right? That's 8 more communities, 8 more teams and little leagues and fan bases that are going to get a taste of Williamsport than we normally get from the United States. And
yeah, you
talk about putting gasoline on a fire is when your little league gets a chance to go play on that big stage. You got to believe that's going to be a really neat experience and grow the game in those communities even more than it already is flourishing.
Noah Kinsey to lead it off for South Dakota, trailing for the first time in this regional. Kinsey is the third baseman, 4 for 6 with a homer in this tournament.
He wants to be Clay Matvick when he grows up. Dream job, sports broadcaster. He didn't actually reference you specifically, but I would assume.
Not setting his sights very high if he's trying to emulate me. Average-wise, he has been one of the best hitters throughout the postseason run. He swings and misses here. That had some late action on it. And that is strikeout number 2 for Rader.
Yeah, he's shown good command of that breaking ball here early on.
Shortstop, number 3, Kason Mediger.
All right, so here's the schedule for today. After we're done, we're going to go to the New England Regional. And we're going to wrap it up late in the day on ESPN. Northwest region, Washington and Oregon. That's going to start sometime around 8 o'clock Eastern time. Look out. Kason Mediger has to duck out of the way of that one. So Little League Baseball, Chris, announced yesterday fans won't be invited to Williamsport this year because of COVID. They made that announcement yesterday. It's unfortunate. Each team is going to get 250 passes for family and friends, so the stadiums aren't going to be completely empty. But unfortunately, there won't be the big throng at each game that we've become accustomed to in Williamsport.
Yeah, definitely a different experience this year than what we're used to seeing in the past. First of all, just so glad that we're getting a tournament this year, right? But will definitely be a different experience for the kids, not the normal 25, 30,000 that we're used to seeing in Williamsport.
Little League World Series starts next Thursday. The winner of this one will play on the 19th against the runner-up from the Mid-Atlantic. This one sprayed to right field and deep, and foul. Mediger gave it a ride.
That ball was smoked, and fortunate on the previous pitch that wasn't called strike 3, an inside breaking ball that didn't go Cohen Raiders' way, but gave Mediger new life, and boy, he almost burned him down the right field line right there. That was a rocket.
Full count to Mediger, who scored the first and what proved to be the game-winning run against Nebraska in the victory over Hastings on Thursday. That was a 3-0 final. We're, of course, the 17 strikeout performance. And that's going to be ball 4. First base runner for Sioux Falls. That 2 o'clock game between Hawaii and Southern California is actually on ABC. I think we misidentified that before. We want to correct that. That afternoon game in the West is going to be on the big network. Here's Gunnar Alfson now. His dad is assistant coach Devin Alfson in the first base coach's box. Popped up. Coming in, Dyer covers a lot of ground, but not fast enough to get to this one. They'll get it in quickly to hold Mediger at second base. Base hit for Alfson.
Yeah, and a really nice job there by Mediger, too, of realizing that that ball was going to fall early. He almost went first to third. See so many times young base runners get caught being maybe a little overly cautious on balls that you know are going to fall and then end up getting forced out at second base. But Mediger did a nice job there reading that one down, and now South Dakota with a chance to respond after giving up 3 in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, this is showing great character from the Sioux Falls kids. Gunnar Alfson with his first hit of the regional, and now manager's son, Hayden Gorsuch. He's going to turn 13 in just under a month. That's on the outside corner from Raider. Strike 2. There's Mom. Jessica and Mike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down.
Yeah, Raider just keeps filling up the strike zone. He let that 1-3-2 pitch get away from him, but for the most part, it has been awfully impressive. The ability to change speeds, fastball, breaking ball, and right there is that good old hard four-seamer right down Broadway. And of course, set a little bit tardy there on a 2-strike count.
Talk about a four-seamer and a two-seamer in Little League Baseball, and
yeah,
you know what maybe the difference.
The four-seamer, you're holding it across the seams. Or you grab the horseshoe of the baseball, hold it across the seams. That one usually has a little more velo and usually holds a straighter plane. In the two-seam fastball, you hold it with the seams, and that one usually has a little arm side run and even some sink for kids. And so it all depends on,
Runner goes. They're going to call time, I think. Everybody's going to be safe. Help me out there, Berkey. What just happened?
I'm trying to figure that out here myself. I don't know if there was obstruction called as he was advancing. I think maybe he did. Yeah, maybe he ran into the shortstop Nepple there, and so third base umpire Jeff Vrabel, awarded him the base, so both runners get to advance. But he would have been safe either way. The ball was not caught at third. It didn't look like.
The umpires talk about it for a moment, and I think that's what it is. I think the shortstop, Nepple, got in the way, and obstruction, by the way, is not reviewable. It's not one of the reviewable items for video replay. And so we're going to have runners at second and third. Mediger at third, Alfson at second with 2 out. So Scott Strachey now just explaining the situation there to Dustin Rader, the Nebraska manager.
Here it is one more time. You see Mediger there getting his jump, and good job of selling it there. I'm not so sure he necessarily was interfered as much as he just kind of sold it. But I tell you, the ball was caught at third base. I was wrong on that.
Yeah.
It was caught at third, and that would have been an interesting call had they not called obstruction.
I think he might have been out anyway.
Yeah, he might have been out.
This is Easton Riley now, the Sioux Falls catcher. Another tall guy, 5'7", nicknamed Easy E. Not much rattles this guy. He has been excellent behind the plate. How much credit does this young man deserve for what we've seen Gavin Weir accomplish?
Well, it's certainly a tall task to catch that baseball moving at 75 miles an hour from 46 feet away.
Rader gathers it up, throws out Riley, third out. Mediger and Alfson stranded, and Nebraska with a 3-0 lead through an inning and a half. Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by T-Mobile. Clay Matvick, Chris Burke, watching this one from Whitestown, Indiana. Our bracket here in the Midwest Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Hastings, Nebraska playing for the championship of the region. Both are on to Williamsport for the Little League World Series, which starts on Thursday. So Hastings scored 3 in the bottom of the first. And now they're looking for more. They've got 8, 9, and 1 due up. Jude Johnson, Caleb Reiners, and Owen Ablett scheduled to hit. This is the guy who had that catch to end it yesterday and send Hastings, Nebraska to Williamsport for the first time in that Little League's history.
Yeah, he'll be telling that story, Clay, for the rest of his life. You know, it's not every day you do something where you know, okay, this is something that I'll always remember and something people will always ask me about. But Jude Johnson had one of those moments yesterday, no doubt about it.
And he's going to draw a 4-pitch walk to start the second. Here's that catch we're referring to.
So you get it's 2-1, bottom of the 6th. You're playing to go to the Little League World Series. Time runs at second base. That ball looked destined to fall in front of Jude Johnson. And you see the sharp angle he makes here, the way he closes on that baseball. And then you got to give the glove a little credit there, Clay, because the glove was able to hang on at the end as he kind of snow-coned it. So nice job of breaking your glove in there, kid.
There is no doubt with the runner going with 2 outs that if that lands, the game is tied. So it truly was a walk-off catch. This is Caleb Reiners now. Reiners 0 for 3 with a walk in the regional. He's been a good utility player, big fan of Odell Beckham Jr. We're going to see if he can return to form this season with the Browns. Tore a ACL last season. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. And now 1-2 to Reiners. Those are nice signs. Spent a little money to make those posters.
They put some time into that.
That swung on and missed. They're going to have to throw down to first. Nice job by Riley to collect that. But the first base was occupied.
No, you don't have to throw to first.
He didn't have to throw to first.
Yeah,
right.
The runner's advancing on his own there, so the hitter was out, but the runner certainly can advance.
So Johnson's in scoring position now with 1 out, and back to the top of the order, Owen Ablett. Ablett 4 hits, 10 at bats. He's been a good leader. He's kind of quiet. He just leads by example. They've got him at the top of the order.
Yeah, this is the guy you want up, though. He is 4 for 10, hitting by far the best on the club throughout this tournament. And he gets a chance here with a runner in scoring position. I'd love for that bat to continue to stay hot.
Breckin Beitler came in last inning when Maddox Munson struggled a bit. Got a strikeout of Dyer to get out of the first without any more damage. And already has his second strikeout here in the second. Johnson at second base. That's chased upstairs. And Ablett goes down. 2 away.
And Beitler's done a nice job there. As you see, Ablett goes out of the strike zone trying to protect there, climbs the ladder a little too much, but you got to give Beitler a bunch of credit, man. He has taken the ball and rolled out there with energy, the type of presence that you would expect from your starting shortstop, just grabbing that thing and ripping it in the strike zone.
Cohen Rader, a vocal team leader, unlike Ablett, who's more quiet. Rader's a talker. He's done a good job on the mound. And there's Mom looking on. Dad Dustin coaching, of course. Rader had a home run against Fargo on Saturday. It was the game winner, a 1-0 win. Now 1-2.
Gas right there. Started him off with a couple breaking balls and then just cheddar cheese right down Broadway. Beitler giving Rader a couple things to think about here.
Called strike 3, outside corner. Beitler has faced 5 guys. He has struck out 4 of them. For weeks. Well, you know, there's some things that are at play here. You know, obviously a trip to Williamsport's a big deal, that experience and everything that entails. Also, you get to put school off. And thinking about school and starting school. 3-0 Nebraska as we go to the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, you get to keep playing baseball. You get to be on ESPN and ABC. You get to play in the biggest stage in youth baseball in the country. And you get to extend your summer a couple 10 days, 2 weeks. So it's about as good a deal as you can get here.
We're going to get a pinch hitter here to start the 3rd inning for Sioux Falls. Opland Sonicson is listed to hit here. And I think that's Munson who's going back. I think they already announced Sonicson. Maybe nobody told Opland. I think that's what happened. Hey, Oppie, you got a hit now. So grab a bat, get your gloves on, and get in the box.
And Sonicson has been fantastic for this team. And it has not been one of the starters, but has been as productive as any hitter. He's 2 for 2 with 3 RBI this week. So they're definitely going to get him up there as often as they can today.
He's taking his time about it. Well, that's why he's so good. You know, he's patient. And now the first pitch from Rader. So Oppie had that pinch hit RBI double against Nebraska a couple of days ago. And like you said, Berkey, he's just had some of the better moments off the bench. It's a really deep bench for South Dakota. The 5 subs have combined to go 8 for 17 with 6 runs batted in this week.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible the contributions they've gotten from their entire roster.
But Sonicson looks at strike 3 as Rader makes quick work of it. Hey, a big tip of the hat to the umpiring crew. That's Scott Strachey behind home plate. Over at 3rd is Jeff Rabel. Prince Lowe at 2nd, and Phil King is over at 1st base. Again, it's an all-volunteer umpiring crew. They pay their own way to get to Whitestown, and you just can't say enough about the job these guys and their partners have done this year.
No, couldn't do it without them. Fantastic part of this whole event is the service of so many volunteers across the country that pull it off. But, boy, the umpires are central in that effort. The games literally couldn't go on without them. So thankful for what they do every year for Little League Baseball.
Reckon Beitler has to duck, avoid being hit there. He grounded back to Rader in the 1st inning on a bunt attempt. South Dakota has scored 20 runs in 3 games. So far, held off the board here in game 4. This one is crunched to left center. Long run, center fielder Dyer makes a galloping snag. Braden Dyer has covered a ton of outfield ground this week.
Well, you love it when you look up and the center fielder's in full stride. So Beitler hits a rocket. Look how quickly, Braden Dyer gets to full speed right there. A perfect angle right across the gap, and you got to love it. Reiners is backing him up. Dyer takes the sharper angle. That is outfield play 101, executed very nicely by this Nebraska team. And how about the sunglasses, Clay? I mean, come on now.
No, he's a sharp-looking kid. One thing, though, that kind of makes me scratch my head is he's not a Cornhuskers fan. His favorite team is Ohio State.
Well,
loves Ohio State football.
give him a little grace for that. Anytime he's out there making plays for the Nebraska team, they'll maybe let him grow into that. Maybe you got to give him a little time.
Okay, I see. I thought that was a punishable offense in the state of Nebraska. Here's Boston Bryant. His favorite actor is Harrison Ford. That's some old school stuff there. Harrison Ford. Raiders of the Lost Ark, perhaps.
So yeah, something tells me he's been watching some Indiana Jones clips.
2-2 to Bryant. Ground ball again, back to Raider. Boy, how good has he been with his glove? He's like Jim Cotta out there. 2.5 in the books. Still 3-0 Raider. Another old school reference for you, Berkey. Here are the teams going to Williamsport. Again, it's an all-American field this year. All 16 teams from the United States. Chris and I will be back later this afternoon on ESPN to cover the Great Lakes title game in Whitestown, Indiana. Taylor, Michigan has been awesome, Berkey. They have outscored their opponents this week 29-1. And how about the no-hitter from J.J. Vogel of Hamilton, Ohio, yesterday?
Yeah, J.J. Vogel put on a little Shohei Ohtani act yesterday as he hit the farthest home run we've seen by miles. He literally hit it in the lake out here beyond the left field wall. And he punched out 12 consecutive outs to start the game. So it was an incredible performance and just a great day for the boys from West Side Hamilton Little League.
Yeah, Gavin Weir and J.J. Vogel, it would be fun to see a game where they went head-to-head on the mound. Swung out and missed. Hunter Neppel strikes out. Brecken Beitler has been just what the doctor ordered for South Dakota since coming on with 2 out in the first.
Yeah, Beitler has been fantastic. You could see from the first hitter that he faced that he was going to totally change the rhythm of the game. The question will be, is it going to be too little too late? Can they overcome that 3 spot with how good Cohen Raiders look?
This is Owen Brown now. Brown, a walk and a run scored in that 3-run first for Nebraska. On the ground, sharply, deep in the hole. Backhanded, Mediger throw.
My.
You bet, got it. Oh, my, what a throw from deep short for Kason Mediger.
Do it, young fella. Oh, yeah, let's go. Bash Brothers on top of it. Watch this. Get your nose down, put your foot in the ground, and rip it. And I cannot tell you how impressive this transfer is. Look how quickly he transfers from glove to hand and then the arm strength to finish it off. It does not get any better than that right there. Well done, Kason Mediger.
And that is snared by Kinsey. He caught it on the fly. Boy, the left side of the infield like a wall for Sioux Falls this inning.
Eat your heart out, Fernando Tatis. You can't do it any better than this one right here. Rip it across the diamond. South Dakota gets off the field with some great level.
250 team passes, but it's not going to be the normal experience, much like the last couple of years. Nothing normal, but at least we do have a Williamsport experience this year. There was no tournament last year, as you talked about, Berkey, so it's good to have it back.
Absolutely.
Gavin Weir at the plate. Went down looking his first time up. Has to step out of the way of that one. It's 3-0 here as Cohen Raider continues to throw for Nebraska. He's doing a pretty good job with his pitch count, wouldn't you say, Burke?
No doubt about it. They're getting away from him here, and this is the guy you want up if you're South Dakota looking for a rally. You see just how much respect they pay to him, a 3-0 breaking ball. But you know, it's getting late early here. They need to mount a rally at some point, and what a better time to do it than right in the middle of the lineup.
Weir's the table setter. He's aboard with a free pass. Let's talk more about Gavin Weir and what he has done. And yeah, I don't think we can talk about it enough because it's so special. I mean, you're talking about a perfect game and a no-hitter in 2 contests, 30 strikeouts in 11 innings. And he hasn't walked anybody.
No, 0 walks.
What do you call a baseball player that's losing his eyesight?
An umpire.
Ah, man, you must be my kid. You are one smart cookie.
Oh, boy.
Hey, relax, have fun, keep doing what you're doing. All right, here we go. Have fun, man. Hey, no outs.
I missed the
Let's
answer.
get lead.
What was the
Here we
answer?
go.
I missed it too. He is the jokester, though. I mean, that's kind of his MO. He comes out, lightens the mood right away with a joke. And it's been paying dividends.
You think he Google searches that before he goes out there? Maybe he has one in his back pocket? Like, where does he come up with these?
Well, I doubt he has Jay Leno on retainer. I don't know. But, he's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, he really is. He's got a great way about him, and his kids play relaxed. It's certainly a reflection of that.
Comebacker. Raider starts a double play. The timing of Dustin Rader's meetings on the mound have been absolutely impeccable this week.
Well, the only thing better than his manner at the mound is his son's ability to field his position. How about glove side, then a little sidearm flip on the run, and then the big fella, Nepple, can finish that one off. Cohen Raider has put on a show. Pops is fired up. What a big play that was.
Got a pinch hitter now for South Dakota. This is Bo Kerner, who's 1 for 5 in the regional.
You said Jim Cott. I'll go slightly more modern. Greg Maddox. The fielding ability by Cohen Raider has been outstanding. Not the punch out total that we saw his first time out where he struck out 13, but he has been fantastic in this ball game.
The 2-1. Now the count's even to Kerner, who is maybe the fastest player on the South Dakota roster. A good contact hitter as the folks look on. Got a piece to stay alive. So South Dakota has to continue to do this, work in their subs. They have 5 total substitutes. And we said it's much easier as far as the process goes of getting guys in for Nebraska. Just 1 substitute. That's Peyton Drake, and he's out in left field right now. Giving it a look is Brown, and Owen Brown runs out of room.
Yeah, I mean, and you think about the fact that they're down 3-0, and now they've got to go to their bench. Now their bench has been extremely productive for them, but that's the unique nature of the mandatory play rule here as the game unfolds.
Boy, that just missed for Raider. So a full count to Mediger, or pardon me, to Kerner, who's hitting for Mediger. And another foul ball. South Dakota went 3-0 at the state tournament, outscoring opponents 18-3. Kept it rolling here in the regional. Looks like today they finally met their match with this Cohen Raider cat. Shut him down so far. Popped up. Long run. Diving again.
No.
Did he do it again? Are you kidding? Jude Johnson with that flowing mane with another diving catch in right field for Hastings.
Just give this kid a permanent spot on SportsCenter Top 10. Do it again, young Jude Johnson. This one even more full extension. What a play, and the boys from Nebraska are having a blast out there this morning.
The Little League World Series on ESPN.
Well, I think that's what's so cool about it. It's not different, right? I mean, obviously there's a lot more options for young kids as far as where they want to plug in to play the game of baseball. So you could say that piece of it's different, but as far as the game in front of you, it's exactly the same way. There might be a rule change here or there. The pitch count stuff's probably new relative to when I played, but very, very similar.
Now Dyer got that on the back upper arm. Got hit in an interesting spot there. And we hope he's okay. Braden Dyer is going to be looked at by the trainer.
Ooh, yeah, got him underneath his right arm. That, as you said, that is a interesting and unique place to get hit by the ball.
Looks like it's going to be all right for Braden. And again, Nebraska doesn't have a deep bench, just one extra player, so it's good to see that Dyer's going to be able to continue. He's at first base now with one out. Beitler had retired 7 in a row before that hit by pitch.
For Nebraska, right fielder, number 4, Jude.
Here comes Jude Johnson. I mean, he hasn't had a great tournament at the plate, but he has been on SportsCenter once and likely will be again today as the runner goes to second base. Because of his defensive play, Chris Burke, I mean, I don't know that we've seen a better outfielder in this tournament so far than Jude Johnson.
No, and both of those plays were not set up by bad angles or they were kind of phony, nothing like that. Both of those balls, he got great jumps on and absolutely had to go full extension to make both of these plays. This one, certainly not more important, but even a better play. I mean, that thing, he ran further and took that ball right off of the turf. And making the extraordinary look routine is Jude Johnson here lately.
Lost his hat, but kept those sunglasses on. And I loved the reaction from his teammates after he made the catch. Just the sheer enthusiasm at this level. And this one is stroked into right field. Jude Johnson with his first hit of the tournament. And now Nebraska has runners at the corners and just one out.
How many times do we see it? Great play followed up by a big swing of the bat. And Jude Johnson makes an impact offensively. We've seen so much from him on the other side, and now Nebraska with a chance to add on to their lead.
So Peyton Drake, who's been in left field after coming in as a substitute, will get his first plate appearance. And this is a big man as the runner goes to second, a double steal, safe at home. Dyer with that speed comes in for the 4th run of the day for Hastings.
Wow, a little double steal action right there. This is why we see a lot of teams don't even bother throwing it, especially when you just really don't want to give up that run. But Dyer gets a good jump, slides to the outside of the base, and boy, was that close at home. I would expect South Dakota to take a look at that one. It's so important there, the difference between being down 3 and down 4.
And there will be a challenge for manager Mike Gorsuch. Managers have unlimited challenges as long as they're successful, but I don't know if there's going to be enough evidence, Chris, to overturn this. It was a bang-bang play, and it looked like Scott Strachey was right on top of it. What do you think? Man, that is a close play. I just don't know if there's enough video evidence to overturn that call. If it stands, it's the 4th run of the game for Nebraska.
Let's see what we got here. Is the foot, I think the foot's off the ground. And was the tag applied? There's the tag just being applied. Did the foot ever actually hit the base? Would be my question. He certainly, quote unquote, beat the throw from a timing perspective, but did the foot or leg ever actually come in contact with the base, I think is the question here. See how the foot bounces? And then the tag is applied as the heel is maybe touching the plate.
Yeah, but what's unclear to me is the glove on his foot?
Right. Well, it's not. Yeah, I think it's on his hip when it. I think the tag is applied to the hip. The question is, does the foot get to the base? It's certainly not to the base there because he's not quite there yet. Then it bounces. I'm with you. I don't see how you overturn that.
You can't overturn that. You got to let it stand because Scott Strachey was right there. He called safe. There has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn, and there's just not. But we'll see. Again, call safe. It would make it 4-0. Got 4 on the board right now. It'll come off if this is overturned. And here comes Scott. Safe. That's a big run for Hastings. A big run. Their first run since that 3-run first.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call.
Left fielder, number 10.
I just think, at this point, as we said, you just didn't see enough to change what was called on the field by Strachey.
So the at-bat continues for Peyton Drake. And it's a 2-ball, no-strike count to this guy who is known as the Big Show because he's 5'8", 180 pounds. Hit into right field. This could score another one. No, they're going to put the brakes on Johnson. He'll get back to third. Again, runners at the corners and 1 out.
Well, and you just had a feeling at some point this Nebraska offense was going to bust out. It had been a struggle. Only 5 runs in 4 games coming into this one. But, man, have they swung it with much more confidence here this morning, and now 4 runs on the board and looking to tie their tournament total to this point here with their leadoff hitter.
First hit of the tournament for Drake, and now back to the top of the order, and Owen Ablett, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out his last time up. Facing Beitler. Swung on. Fairly deep center field. Coming over is Gavin Weir. He's got a hose. Throw to the plate is high. Another run is in. 5-0 Nebraska. Drake will loaf over to second. RBI sacrifice fly for Owen Ablett.
Yeah, and Gavin Weir just has too much juice in the cannon here. He can aim as low as he wants because the ball just has so much carry. You can see there that the ball was there in plenty of time, but too high for Easton Riley to finish off that play. And, man, Nebraska has now tied their regional tournament total headed into this game.
So there are 2 outs. They're going to appeal to third, and no. Jeff Rabel right there to make the call as they say that Johnson left right on time. And now we're going to get a pinch runner, special pinch runner. Excuse me, pardon me. That's a basic base coach change. They've got a player coaching first base, as this one is hit foul by Cohen Rader. Boy, Beitler was cruising right along, Chris. He had retired 5 in a row, including Wibbles to start this inning, but now hit batsman, a couple of hits and a sac fly have really punched a hole in this game.
Yeah, no, it has a totally different feel now. At 5 nothing. And of course, Raider has been on cruise control the entire ball game. So you got to really like your spot if you're a Nebraska fan right about now. Just 6 outs to get.
Nebraska's the home team. Yeah. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Beitler to get Sioux Falls off the field. They've got to get those bats going. They're down 5 now after 4. Back in Whitestown, Indiana, the Little League World Series coverage on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile. This is the Central Region Complex, brand new 15-acre Little League facility in Whitestown, about 20 miles northwest of downtown Indianapolis. Pretty sweet, too, Chris. Everything is new. Stadium seating, bleachers, press box. They've even got a gift shop, batting cages. We saw the facility in Grand Park in Westfield, Indiana, which was the temporary home for a few years, and we thought that was pretty nice. They said, wait till you see this new one in Whitestown, and they weren't lying. It is dynamite.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job with it, and can't ask for a better ballpark if you're a Little Leaguer to play this regional tournament in.
So South Dakota has 3 players, at least coming into the inning, that need to get their play, and McKinney is the first. Alex McKinney. His nickname is ATM because he's money, and boy has he been money in this tournament. 3 for 4, 3 runs batted in, all as a pinch hitter. So he leads off here in the 5th. Two and 2. Cohen Raider now at 60 pitches, still 25 before hitting the maximum. Got it. Cohen Raider just devastated. He's got a shutout through 4 1/3.
Number 4, Grayson Fox.
And now we're going to get another pinch hitter for South Dakota. This is Brayson Fox. Good looking left-handed bat. The youngest player on the South Dakota roster, just turned 12 on August 5th. Likes to fish when he's not playing Little League. Strike on the outside corner, and Raider continues to deal. Five total strikeouts for Raider. That's off the end of the bat. This is going to be a tough play. Charging Ben Wibble. Strong throw, not going to get him. And it's going to get away down the line. And standing at second now is Fox. South Dakota finally has something going, Chris Burke, as they've got a runner in scoring position. Wibbles with a strong throw, but it's just a little low.
Kai Carlson.
So another pinch hitter here for South Dakota. This is Kai Carlson, Cobra Kai. See if he can deliver here and put South Dakota on the board. So South Dakota has used everybody now. They have met their player requirements. Two and 1. Kai Carlson, smart player off the bench. Not big, but he plays big. 2 and 2 as he swings through that one. Sioux Falls trying to come back here in this championship game. Ground ball left side. Wibbles is going to look the runner back to second. High throw, but snared out of the air by Ablett. And they are going to keep Fox at second. That was a terrific play by Wibbles. And a better job by Ablett to keep that from going back to the screen. Looking that runner back and holding Fox at second. So Maddox Munson, who has yet to hit in this game, he started on the mound, will bat for the first time as Raider hits the 70 pitch plateau. Nothing in 2. Got him. Strikes out on 3 pitches, and Nebraska gets out of the inning. 4.5, still 5-0 Hastings.
Already 1-0 between Missouri and New York. Brooklyn Center. RBI single makes it 2-0. Missouri's up 2-0 in the 6th all day long today on ESPN+. Chris?
All right. Thanks, Kelsey. 5-0 here as we go to the bottom of the 5th in Whitestown. Little League softball going on in Greenville, North Carolina. The Jenny Finch pool and the Jessica Mendoza pool, Chris Burke. I like how they have named those 2 pools in Greenville.
Yeah, I think it's cool on baseball and softball side. And, of course, Jenny Finch and Jessica Mendoza, you can't get better than that.
No.
Fun time of the year. A lot of great ball being played, softball and baseball.
Hunter Nepple at the plate here to start it in the 5th for Nebraska. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He also wrapped into a double play. But he has done some heavy lifting for this Hastings group this week. In the field, at the plate, on the mound.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, especially on the bump. Yesterday, he was all that they could hope he would be, pitching them to the Little League World Series. Now they got a chance to be the regional champs, but yesterday it was all about surviving for another day, and he was the leader of that charge.
Little League Sandlot Fun Days is a player-led, instructed opportunity for local Little League programs to provide a fun, relaxed activity for baseball and softball players. Kids make the rules, make the lineups, and make the calls. Give them the bats, balls in the field, and let them play. Learn more today at littleleague.org/Sandlot Fun Days. As Owen Brown hits now here for Nebraska. You know, you hear that term sandlot. Did you ever actually play on a sand lot when you were growing up?
Not sand, but I played on plenty of all dirt infields that I guess where that sandlot kind of term comes from. But yeah, I tell my boys all the time, we used to play what's called pickup baseball. As you see Gavin Weir out at second base. I don't know how much he'll do that in his future, but that's kind of a cool thing about Little League baseball. We got the tall left-hander playing second base as South Dakota's made some defensive changes. Well, yeah, we used to play pickup baseball all the time, 3-on-3, 2-on-2. You know, you couldn't hit it to one side of the field, that kind of stuff, which to me is where you really learn to fall in love with the game.
We played on an empty lot in my town where there wasn't a house, but there were a lot of houses nearby, and we always had to worry about breaking windows. I remember that. As Owen Brown works a walk after the strikeout to Nepple. And now Nebraska again with a base runner for Jude McCoy. Broke a window a time or two, too, and it had to come out of my allowance and my piggy bank.
Well, I'm sure you did, the way you compressed the baseball. Big-time exit velo off the bat of Clay Matvick, no doubt about it.
No, it was because I overthrew the guy at first.
Oh, sorry. It sounded better my way.
That's it on the hands, pop foul, and it's going to land for a strike to Jude McCoy. Don and Justin, mom and dad.
Yeah, you know, hey, look, we just played in a cornfield. I mean, should we? I don't really know that baseball could actually be played on a sandlot, right? The ball wouldn't really roll.
No, not like on grass. It rolls to the pitcher. Beitler throws to first for the second out. Owen Brown will be at second base.
This is what happens when the shortstop's playing pitcher. Watch him get around this like a slow roller from shortstop, and then the easy toss across the diamond. We've had a couple shortstops on the mound today, Rader and now Beitler, and they have done an excellent job of fielding their position.
Here's Ben Wibbles, the hero from yesterday's game against Iowa. This guy eats, sleeps, drinks baseball. Dad looking on. The 0-1. This is the guy, Chris, who is the big fan of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, who won the College World Series this year.
Yeah, they made a lot of fans around the country with their style of play and how well they played, especially on the big stage in the finals. Not sure what the conversation here is about.
Apparently they're going to go to the video, and Dustin Rader asked for the umpire to look at something. Chris, what do you surmise this is about?
I really don't have an idea. Maybe some sort of illegal pitch action. I'm not sure here.
So Dustin Rader is asking the umpire to look at what amounts to an illegal pitch. We don't believe that's reviewable. And I think that's what Scott Strachey is going to tell him. Hey, coach, that may be the case, but it's not reviewable. I've got to call it, or one of the other umpires has to call it. And they did not. So it can't be reviewed. Let's take a look at Beitler's motion here and see if we can pick up on something. Yeah, there's a little hesitation there.
Yeah, definitely was. And I see what he's asking about, but he's pretty disappointed given the current circumstances of the game.
1-1, lace to right, and that's going to get in for a hit. Coming around to score is Owen Brown, and it's 6-0, Hastings, Nebraska. Benjamin Wibbles with another RBI single. He has been exceptional this week at the plate.
Yeah, just doing a nice job coming up big when they need it the most. RBI knock, little backside bullet, and Owen Brown slides in easy as Nebraska continues to tack on here.
That's a big insurance run for Nebraska because South Dakota still has 3 outs to work with in the top of the 6th, and they've got the top of their order due up. And they have been explosive this week, so one extra run could end up coming in very handy. As Rader is going to talk to his next hitter, Braden Dyer. It's a quick conversation. He was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 4th inning.
Yeah, this kid's been awesome this week, hadn't he? I mean, hadn't necessarily done huge damage with the bat, but boy, has he given them a ton in the field. Is he going to hit one-handed? Wow.
Throw almost gets away from the first baseman, Kinsey.
What? This is somebody from South Dakota's. They got to recognize this, Clay. He's not standing in there and he's holding the bat with one hand. So this is where you just throw the ball right down the middle.
He's going to tie his shoe. He's been instructed by Scott Strachey to get that shoe tied. Coach is going to help him because that right elbow is still obviously giving Braden Dyer pain. But we've told you about the substitution issues for Hastings. They don't have a deep bench. So Dyer's gutting it out here.
Yeah, and you would think somebody from South Dakota has recognized what's going on here. You just set up down the middle and play catch.
Well, Beitler's fallen behind here 2-0. It is so bad for Dyer, he can't even get his right hand on the bat.
This is a first for me, Clay.
I've never seen it. Never seen it.
How about that?
Are you kidding?
Might as well, right? You never know.
Well, do you remember Pete Gray? Did you ever read about Pete Gray? He was a one-arm player that made it to the major leagues way back in the 30s and 40s.
Of course, Jim Abbott.
And he hit really well. And then, of course, Jim Abbott made it to the major leagues with one arm.
Look at this.
Beautiful
Look at
putt.
this.
Good night.
Oh, wow.
Almost beat it out. Braden Dyer with an admirable effort at the plate. Left-handed only. Almost. Boston Bryant not a hit. He's 0 for 2. The great job that Cohen Rader has done in this ballgame, as he still has quite a few pitches to work with here and just needs 2 more outs.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, and it started right out of the gate when he fielded the first 2 balls of the game. You could see him just kind of settle into a flow, and then, of course, his offense gave him some runs in the first, so that's always nice when you get a 3 spot in the first and you're pitching from the lead the entire ball game. But he has been the star on the mound really all week for the team from Nebraska, and even though Gavin Weir has stolen the headlines, it looks like Nebraska's going to walk out of here as the Midwest Regional champs, and Cohen Rader deserves a ton of that credit.
Cohen Rader entering this inning, 11 innings pitched, 6 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 19 strikeouts. A chance for a second win of the tournament. To second base, McCoy. Jude McCoy over to first. And now Hastings is 1 out away from a Midwest title.
Here they are. And the defense has been fantastic. The pitching, of course, has been dominant. And not sure why we got a meeting at the mound, but looks like we're going to get one.
Hey, listen up. This is the most important thing I've had to say since we've been here. I don't say it enough, and I want you guys to hear it.
Put the knife in my throat.
What? I like your attitude, Benny.
Oh.
I love you.
I
I'll tell you enough. No matter what happens, breathe and be easy, bud.
Yes, sir.
I love you, and I wanted you guys to know that.
Yes, sir.
Finish.
Seed, right? And so, you think about the fact that he's only given up 1 hit in 4 postseason starts. He is certainly a name to keep an eye on as we move into the Little League World Series next week.
South Dakota will face Louisiana next Friday, the 20th in Williamsport. And Nebraska is going to face the runner-up from the Mid-Atlantic region. And they're going to play right away on the 19th, next Thursday. The 1-2 pitch, inside, 2-2. First trip to Williamsport for Hastings, Nebraska. Town of 25,000 in the south central part of the state. And Weir is going to extend this game with a base hit to left field. And Dyer, you can see out in left field, he can't throw.
Yeah, I guess that'll go down as a double. They get Dyer out there because he can certainly still run around and catch it, but they're sending Nepple out there to be the extension of him to throw the baseball, and Weir wisely goes out there and grabs it. Or excuse me, Weir wisely advances an extra base as Nepple goes out there and grabs it out of the glove of Dyer. See, look at Nepple on his horse out there to grab it out of the glove. You do not see that every day. We've seen some interesting stuff here in the last inning.
I don't know what exactly Owen Brown is ingesting there. A little low blood sugar, perhaps. You can't be sure about what that was about, but coach brought him something to eat real quick. And now you can see the pitch counts at 83. I'm sure Rader wants to finish this himself. I believe that's
no doubt. This is it, right? This is his last hitter. So, we've put the brakes on here a little bit. We had the meeting at the mound, and now we got kind of a rehydration deal behind the plate. And Rader has lost his rhythm a little bit. Of course, still one big out left to get. Now they're checking on Braden Dyer out there in left field.
Nebraska has to get one more out to wrap this one up. Dyer's going to try to continue. One-handed. Well, you know, coming into this game, didn't anticipate this kind of offense from Nebraska. I mean, because they had so many struggles in the games prior leading up to this one. And now they will make the change. Drake is going to go out to left field again. And Dyer's going to come out. Kind of surprised, I guess, that they hadn't made that change already.
Yeah, that seems like the proven move.
But Nebraska has had a good offensive day, Drake included. He had a single his last time up. 6 runs on the board against a previously unbeaten South Dakota team, which hadn't allowed a run before today. But now Nebraska 1 out away. Noah Kinsey at the plate, and he's behind a strike. This is going to be the last batter, you would think, for Rader. He hopes it's the last batter he faces today and the last batter of the game. Ground ball. Could end it. Wibbles across, and that does it. Hastings, Nebraska is the champion in the Midwest region, and they're going to Williamsport next week, as is Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
And congratulations there, Jude Johnson. Take yourself a bow, buddy. You played fantastic defense the last couple days. Of course, Cohen Rader, the star of this one, just dominant on the mound. And the boys from Nebraska end up the Midwest Regional champs. A bit of an upset here this morning, but don't forget South Dakota still going to Williamsport. And, of course, Gavin Weir will pitch in Game 1, so you got to like their chances. But what a performance today by the boys from Hastings Little League.
A lot of fans making their way from Hastings, Nebraska, the town in the middle of that state. Place where Kool-Aid was invented. And now it's also known as home to the Midwest Region champions. Hastings Little League getting the last out. Benjamin Wibbles played a great third base today and throughout the tournament. That's the last out. And Hastings celebrates a championship. But not all lost for South Dakota. Sioux Falls also going to Williamsport. They have Gavin Weir, so they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. What a week it's been. And what a way to end it. Congratulations to both teams. So here it is in the Midwest. After it's all said and done, it is Hastings, Nebraska, with a win of 6-0 over Sioux Falls today. Cohen Rader, absolutely outstanding on the mound. He goes the distance to get the victory. Hastings didn't score a lot of runs in this tournament before today, but they found their offense in this one, Berkey.
Yeah, just a great job by the boys from Nebraska. The offense gave them plenty. Of course, Cohen Rader was filling up the strike zone. The fans were having fun. And it was all about the crew in red today as they had a blast out there in Indy.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Kelsey Riggs with you in the studio. Coming up next here on ESPN, we'll take you out to the New England Regional at the top of the hour. Connecticut and New Hampshire, both these Little League teams making their first appearance in the tournament. Let's get a preview with Mike and Dave.
Well, we've got the championship game in Bristol, Connecticut. Manchester, Connecticut tried to make their first ever trip to the Little League World Series, taking on North Manchester Hookset of New Hampshire. Both these teams have already clinched their spot to the Little League World Series in Williamsport. Still a championship at stake for both squads. You see how they've gotten here. It was a slow start for Maine. They dropped their first game. Since then, they've been on absolute fire.